Hi, it's Brendan Stoneman at Re Kelowna here, and I'm joined by Home Inspector Murray Klingbeil from Amerispec. So I've had buyers express concern to me that they're going to move into their house and they're going to go meet the neighbors, and someone's going to tell them, "Hey, did you know that this place used to be a grow-up?" And I know the laws require that they be disclosed to the next buyer. Usually that happens, but sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just wondering, as a home inspector, are there signs that you can pick up on which maybe might suggest that it was a grow-up in the past?
Another very good question. Sometimes it's so blatantly obvious that an untrained eye can figure it out. Other times, if it's done properly, it's extremely difficult to find a past grow-up house. Okay. Things to look for. In construction, we use red tuck tape for one thing and one thing only. That's to seal vapor barrier behind drywall. If you're walking through the basement of a house, or even on upper floors in some houses, take a look for the red adhesive residue that you're going to see left over from when that was pulled off. So when they're making a house into a grow-up, they totally wrap the interior, particularly basements, with a reflective white house wrap, Tyvek, we all know what that is. And so they tape it, and you'll see lots and lots of staples. Okay, if the floor joists are exposed, look for the residue, leftover staples, and they often just rip it down, so you'll see little fragments of the house wrap. You'll see holes where they hang their grow light equipment. Another thing to look for, predominantly the easiest ones to do grow-ops on have an overhead service lateral for the power. So between where it goes in the service mast to the meter, it runs through the wall in the living room. So if you take a bright flashlight and hold it on the wall about where the power meter is, look for a haphazard handyman patch job, because that's where they cut through the wall on the inside of the house to steal the power ahead of the meter. Look for pot rings on the floor. You can see where all the pots were and they watered it and it stained it. Take a look over the fence if it's a rural property and see if there's piles of potting soil or a number of the leftover little plastic containers from the clones, which are the babies that they use. Look for water hoses or hose taps that are plumbed into a basement for no reason, because they're lazy. They don't want to pack the water up and down, so they have a garden hose right down there. Right. Look for holes that are cut through walls or ceilings. Look for bad patch jobs in closets, particularly a split level, because that's where they run all of the ducting into the attic to vent it. And of course, the telltale sign is the second you look in the attic, it'll be black with mold.
Wow. So lots of ways to tell that there was potentially some past activity. I'm sure in your years of doing home inspections, you've caught more than a few.
I am happy to say that they are petering out now with, of course, the changes in the industry, and the small mom and pop shows are no more. Right. Very few of them. But in the height of things, in 2005, I think it was, when our good old BC Bud was trading straight across for cocaine, pound for pound, in 1 week, I did 5 grow-up houses.
Wow.
And that was just me, not all the other inspectors in town.
Amazing. So lots of ways to tell. Best way, obviously, have a professional come out and take a look at it.
Correct.